I just told you. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Point 5 Show, the overflow show / bonus show of the Pennymon Doctrine podcast, broadcasting live for the first time on the Pennymon Doctrine Point 5 Show, I guess, on YouTube, Google Hangouts, and we should be recording the tape, and we're not. So I'm going to press record right now.
I was too busy smiling at myself.
Yes, be talking shit about me. All right, so now we're recording. So sorry, podcast people, you missed the intro because Molly was too busy looking at herself. But you can get this whole show live on, or stream it whenever you want on YouTube, all the good stuff. So with us today, we have some guests from a podcast that I'm fairly newly hip to, but I'm glad that I got hip to when I got hip to it because the show was wonderful, and I've been catching up on some of the old ones and listening to the new ones, and I definitely love their chemistry because we get told that all the time, and at first I hated it because people were like, oh, it's so great, you guys bicker, it's entertaining. I'm like, fuck that. But then,
I wish you would have just said fuck that. He would get mad.
Hearing another show that is almost similar to ours as far as chemistry goes is great. So with us today we have Leslie and Drew MacFayden from the Interracial Jawn Podcast. What's going on, guys?
What's up? We are here, and we do love to bicker.
Yes, bickering is really great. Just so everybody knows, sometimes you will see me drinking. I'm drinking this big-ass glass of wine, and sometimes when I get caught off guard, I'm going to go, Okay, so what's going on, Drew? How are you, man?
Good. Is that the tagline of our show? We like to bitch? We don't really bicker, do we? Do we fight on the show?
We bicker a bit.
I feel like most of the time, like, I say stupid shit and you check me. I don't know if that's fighting.
Well, sometimes it has to be done.
That's how people categorize it, though.
Mm-hmm. We were at a friend's house. They're still married. They got a couple kids now, but this is maybe a decade ago. And at the time, they weren't married. And we had a little bit of a, I don't know, like a tiff, like a maybe. And maybe like a half hour later, we're like, oh, so anyway, we're going to go do this, do that. And one friend, Melissa's like, how do you guys do that? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, you're not fighting still? I said, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, my God, me and Jack would be fighting for a day and a half after that.
I was like, we don't have time for all that.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
All right, so real quick.
I usually just have to prove I'm right, and then we move on.
Real quick, before we get back into bickering conversation, is there a way, Drew, without having your feedback loop, that you can turn your volume up just a smidge so when you talk, we can see your face?
I can turn it up louder.
You can move your mic.
How about over here? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but there's still...
No, we hear you perfectly, but because you're connected to Leslie's computer, we don't see you when you speak.
But then it would have to be connected to his computer.
No, there's no way for you to see me when I speak.
That's the only time. It's not like voice recognition is just going to pull his picture over there, John.
No, it does. That's why it's switching when we talk.
What I have to do is unmute.
But it has to be his computer. He would have to be off mute.
Right, I took him off mute.
I just said, no, I'd have to
But his computer's on mute.
I know that, so I'm telling him to take his computer off of mute. I took him off of mute on here. Hey, everybody, we are on Google Hangouts, and we're new to this.
No, it's not the visual, Leslie. He's talking about the Google Hangout doesn't get my face. The only way to do that would be to use the open air mic. And I can do that. I can unmute myself. Let's see if that creates a loop. Let's just see that. We're going to do a test.
I have you turned down.
Don't do a test.
Well, you don't have to do that, but I'm going to unmute my... How come I'm muted? Did you just mute me?
I unmuted you. So I unmute yourself.
And I'll unmute it. Are you getting feedback when I talk now? Do you see my face? I'm unmuted. A little bit of feedback, though.
Yeah,
a little bit
feedback.
of echo.
Yeah, it's a little feedback. All right, don't worry about it. We just know
we
that
can see his face the whole time.
we can.
Just know I'm fucking pretty.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's all you need to
They
know.
can't see you?
That's okay.
They can't. Yeah, it's no big deal. But we try.
Can't see him? Oh, okay.
There's a setting that they can see that at the bottom.
Yeah, but then I have to manually click that for the whole rest of the show, and I don't want to do that.
I'm a white guy. Just put a picture
All right,
of
ready here. Look.
average white guy.
There he
is.
Throw the average white guy up there. Look, it's like me, white guy.
You got to do it. You got to do it in Google Hangout Toolkit or whatever. Like, you know how you see how we have ours right now? John and Molly, the Pennymon Doctrine. You can do that too.
Oh, that's cool. We'll have to do that. There's our first
hangout.
hangout.
You know what you should do, Leslie?
Oh, really?
Why don't you do this? I'm going to fix it. No, I'm going to fix it. You guys keep going back, and I'm going to dial back in. Give me like 5 minutes. Watch this fucking magic, okay?
Sure. Well, in the meantime, Leslie and Molly and I are going to talk about whatever because I manually have to click these things, so it's taking away from my wine time.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you, Leslie?
I'm doing good.
Tell us where we can get your show, and I'm hearing that you have another show that I have not heard yet. I'm sorry for that.
That's okay. I do have another show. Well, you can find us on the Interracial Jawn. That's JAWN. We're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher Radio. You can also find us on our website, which is interracialjawn.com. And, of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, all that fun stuff. Again, Interracial Jawn, JAWN. And you can find me on Twitter at Leslie Mac, MAC, and my cohort at Very White Guy, and he's very white indeed.
Yeah, he is. Look at him over here, getting the things ready. Look, we're showing him right now. He's got his nice little olive drab military shirt on there, with his butt in the camera.
We just got back from a town hall meeting in downtown Philly. We were like racing back to meet.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you should have told us. We could have worked on the time with you.
Yeah, we could have. I'm over here. Got home from work. Or actually, I was at work, and we were at the office, and we got there a little early, but we had to stay until we do this little thing at 8:30. And then afterwards, my boss was like, "Oh, tell me why some weird thing happened with the police today." And so I was like, yeah. I was talking to her, and I was like, "Oh, crap, I got to go home. I forgot I'm doing an interview." It's like, interview? I'm like, with my podcast. And she's like, "Oh, your podcast." Like, she definitely enjoys that I do a podcast, and I'm like super, I guess business professional as much as we can get with this podcast, but then she hates the fact that I don't really care about what she's talking about.
Right.
But
didn't you make that clear when you started this job?
Kind of. But their goal is to make business professional.
Say kind of like that again.
Kind of.
That's not right.
Jeez. So, Leslie, what's that other show you got going on? Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, the other show is I run the Ferguson Response Tumblr, which has been kind of tracking all of the different nationwide protests. And so I've expanded to do a podcast based on that Tumblr. So we basically every week talk about issues related to the Black Lives Movement, and not necessarily news and stuff like that, but really more about addressing the needs of people that are doing the work and in the movement itself. So we cover things related to action planning and healing and self-care within the movement. We spotlight organizations that are working within the movement, and just talk about topics that are on everyone's minds as we go about doing our work. So, yeah. And Ricky from the Americans United Again podcast is my co-host and cohort on
He
that.
sucks.
Oh, don't talk shit about Ricky. What are you talking shit about Ricky for?
Just
We love Ricky.
I love Ricky.
Yeah. See, Molly could get away with that. If I did that,
like
he'd
my
probably
little...
say, fuck you.
Oh, he's like my big brother.
He's older than you?
Yeah.
By like a day?
Whatever. He's older than me.
Oh.
Older is older.
Yeah.
Look at Drew over here trying to look at Drew.
He's trying to make it happen here.
He's trying so hard.
Nope.
Well, I turned off I messed up the here, let me do this real quick. Screen share. Entire screen. Share. And then stop. All right. Now my camera's loading back up.
Yeah, your mic is not on. I can't hear you, babe.
John has him muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Now you're not muted. And I'm turning you up right now.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
It's the greatest thing. No, you can't hear me. Come on, I can hear you, all of you guys.
We can hear you now, babe. We can hear you.
Is the screen showing me?
I need to do the thing where it's showing you now because I'm showing you.
Where does it do the thing where
do the thing with the
like
thing.
you're on drugs?
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe it's this one. Share. No.
That's our thing.
I know. It's acting right this time. Oh my God. This is Google Hangouts kind of pissing me off today.
Google Hangouts sucks.
No, it's fine. I just didn't need to manually click
I think
the thing.
Google Hangouts sucks.
Let me go to camera. No, not capture.
John sucks with technology.
No, I don't.
You do.
Why did I turn their video off?
Exactly.
Open capture. It says open capture
Mixed
smile. Do I want to open that?
No.
Do you know what the postman is, John? I learned about this today.
The postman is a mailman.
Well, no shit, but do you know what it was years ago?
No, what was it?
Acid.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it looked like a little envelope. And then you tore the sides off and you could break it into 4 hits. My boss at work told me that today.
A postman.
The more you know.
There was a
Where's
dude.
Ricky when you need him?
Somebody over in Afghanistan got busted for having sheets of acid mailed to him in like letters, like handwritten letters. They dip it in acid, and then he'd cut the letter up, and like people would trip acid. He got caught though.
Oh my God.
From Afghanistan or like a U.S. serviceman?
Oh, a serviceman, a Marine. Just what you want: carbines, M16s, tanks, acid.
Yeah, fucking Marines.
It
Man.
would look beautiful.
They think they're oh so hard. And
Like
I get to talk shit about them because I was one.
Do I need to do anything on here? You're still not seeing me when I talk, though, am I?
No, I'm seeing you when you talk because I'm manually doing it, and I'm trying to get into the point where the camera does it itself.
Want me to hang up and I'll disconnect and you call me back.
No,
No,
I'm
it
trying
won't work.
to download an app right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to X this out, and I'm gonna put this on me, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I'm gonna figure this thing out while you're letting everybody know what is Interracial Jawn, how it came to be, and why you do what you do every week.
Ooh, that's 3 questions, but why don't you start, Leslie?
Well, the Interracial Jawn is a podcast. We started doing it just because we thought it would be fun to bring our shenanigans to the masses. And we call it the Interracial Jawn. Well, the first part's obvious. We are an interracial couple. And we've been married for 13 years. We've been together for 16 years. And the Jawn part actually is a Philly thing. The word Jawn, J-W-N, is just a kind of Philly colloquial term. It can refer to everything and anything. It's kind of like a substitute for joint. So it'd be like, oh, that's my John, or let's go to the John, or the whole John. Just you can use it for literally anything, noun, verb, adverb, whatever. So we just thought it would be fun to call our show the Interracial Jawn. And as far as what we do every week, we do some news topics, any things that we think are interesting that come up to us, any stories that have to do with interracial relationships or anything like that we try and talk about as well. And that's it, just kind of bringing our kooky shenanigans to people.
I'd say it's the normal bullshit we usually talk about on our couch, but we record it now and about dozens of people listen, I guess. Dozens, is that correct? Dozens of people listen to our normal brained up bullshit.
It just does in. And yeah, I think we're at like 25 episodes now, so we're very new. We started in September. We try and do 2 shows a week as long as we can get them in. And it's been fun. We really have been enjoying it. Hopefully other people that hear it will enjoy it too. But for us, it's been kind of a strange thing of scheduling time to actually listen to each other, which is a unique phenomenon, I think, in a relationship. So for us, it's been kind of cool to have this, designated time where we have to actively interact and talk and listen to each other without any distractions.
And to be honest with you guys, as coming from someone who hated hearing the feedback, what I'm about to say to you, I definitely enjoy your banter. I'm more of a content guy myself. I definitely enjoy the content that you provide. In your most recent episode, I was kind of jealous because you guys picked out like different top 10 things for like 2014.
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
And and I'm sitting there listening to it like, why the fuck did I not do that? Why did I just think that we should just pick up news stories that we remembered from the year, and then we didn't remember shit. And then Cicero came on. I don't know if you know Cicero from Spawn on Me podcast, and he does his thing, and we just get sidetracked. And then before you know it, our 3-hour podcast was about whatever Cicero came to Cicero's head. And drinking and weird dances that I decided to do when it was New Year's.
With glitter hats.
So I definitely enjoy your show. Your show is absolutely wonderful. It's very informative. And Drew, how the fuck do you not know about Dr. Ben Carson? Like,
after you said that, I went and looked up. I was like, oh, I do know Ben Carson. I don't remember the name attached to him, but I know all the bullshit he said over the years now. Neurosurgeon, baby, isn't he a pediatric neurosurgeon, right?
Drew. Yeah, I say something, all of a sudden you remember.
I think your guys' show is great because I usually can't pay attention to any current events kind of shows, like except for our own, because I hear my own voice and I think about what I was thinking about while I was recording.
I'm so not used to this camera thing yet.
And I can't. I really do appreciate the kind words, and we do love your show. Likewise, igualmente, we'd say in Spanish. But as you're giving us these kind words, I'm here thinking like, wasn't our last 2 episodes? Didn't we devote like over an hour of airtime to unboxing poop, Leslie? Like,
I need to listen to that.
Oh yeah, you really do.
I love poop.
Unboxing poop. Did I miss an episode?
Is this serious?
Episodes ago. Well, the people from Cards Against Humanity. Have you guys heard about that card game?
Yes.
Well, for
I just
Friday, that's who I think the echo.
The echo is because my mic is dead center in front of yours. It's that same echo we get when we record. I'm trying to move.
Okay, move the computer. Anyways, so they hate Black Friday. So what they do is every Black Friday they kind of do something to screw over their customers. So last year they actually increased the price of their product by $5. So the whole rest of the year was $25, and for Black Friday only, it was $30. People still bought it. So they were like, geez, what can we do? So this year, they took everything off of their site, and all they sold was for $6 a box of bullshit. Not joking. And they literally said it, you are literally going to get bullshit in the mail. If you think you're going to get anything else, you're about to get a very big life lesson. And sure enough, fast forward like 2 weeks after Black Friday, people started getting their boxes of cow shit and did unboxing videos of them unboxing and taking out the shit.
That's brilliant.
I know.
Somebody was saying that Cards Against Humanity was like, I don't know, some bullshit or whatever. And I personally was like, first off, I never heard about Cards Against Humanity, is it? Or Against Reform?
First off, you don't play any games. You're boring.
I play FIFA.
You play FIFA.
And I play Halo.
Fucking video
FIFA
games.
is the shit. Don't you dare.
John.
FIFA.
I
Anyway,
like Balderdash.
Cards Against Humanity, I first learned about it with the video of the old women who smoked weed for the first time.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's
And
the game
yeah,
that you're
that's,
talking about?
see, you don't even know what it is.
I know. I never said I did. I said I just heard about it at work.
Oh, I thought you said, was you? Okay. So, yeah, that was my first, thing into it. So they literally sent cow manure.
Yes,
to
the
people.
pasteurized cow manure. I guess there's some process you can go by which it basically you can just send it. And so all of these incredible geeks, because that's basically who plays the game. I guess there's like a thing with collecting the cards. So you want to get these like limited edition cards, and they were all like convinced there was going to be a card in this box, even though it had a piece of shit on the outside of it. It said piece of shit. You opened it up. It was just a piece of shit and everything. They were breaking it open with their hands. It's really hilarious. There's probably about 40 of them, the video.
Like real talk though, I must say, if white people are telling you they're going to send you a piece of shit in the mail, they're probably going to send you a piece of shit in the mail.
It literally on the page to purchase it said, we're serious. All you're going to get is a piece of bullshit. That's it. Don't expect anything else.
Well, if you like to garden, this might be a very handy piece of shit.
I guess. The thing is, they sold $180,000 worth of bullshit.
Oh, so that was them who made see, okay. Now granted, that is a very, 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 very good idea. Like they told you. Something that literally drives me insane is the fact that we are 104.5.
Oh my God.
I guess I won't make this point anymore. So we're 104.5 episodes in to the show, and we've only, and I understand for like some people because they've hit me up and they're like, I just can't do it right now, blah blah blah, whatever. But remember when those people made like
potato salad.
like $75,000 for some fucking potato salad.
Right. Just potato salad that they were going to just eat themselves, by the way. It wasn't. They weren't sharing the potato salad. That was the thing that got me about that whole thing. It would be like, well, I could see you making that much money if, like, eventually those people that paid you were going to get potato salad. Oh no, this was just that person's potato salad.
Exactly.
But people like to waste their money. I have a theory on that as well.
Well, sure, but why not waste their money on a young, up and coming black social media mogul / independent media? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But yeah, so I guess we can move on to bigger and better things. And this was something that I actually wanted to talk about.
I just wanted to show Drew.
Why?
What?
He's just sitting there.
Drew's just sitting
Shit,
there.
yeah.
Who's in the
Check
guest?
it out.
Who's in the guest bedroom?
I'm in a fucking rocking chair, dude.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that rocking chair. It
He
came
was
out.
hilarious sitting down there. So
I'm committed. I'm committed to the quality of your show.
Hey,
Oh my
and you know what,
God.
Drew? I fucking so appreciate that. Yeah.
look at it.
Let's
I just
look
want to
at
say
I don't know.
one.
It's so funny.
One, I did get it set up so that I could be on and my mic would work and the camera would work if it was working right. If Google Plus didn't fire, that's one. I got that done quickly, right? Okay,
Yeah.
just get that on record.
Yeah.
Two, this is really important. Really important.
What's the really important part?
Leslie MacFayden.
Yeah.
Can I get? I was right about the echo and our mics being too close together. Do you hear it now? Do you hear it now?
This time, because they were both facing each other, you were right, babe.
This time, there's always an echo. I complain. You say you can't hear it, and I hear it all the time. I'm saying here it was obvious. There was an echo.
Anywho, true story about the rocking chair, Drew's.
You're not gonna say I'm right. I don't get. You're right. Not once. Not a little. You're right.
You got it this time.
I just said it.
Okay.
I literally just said it.
Well, you know, guys, you heard it here
God,
first
that was
on
so
the Pennymon
funny.
Doctrine podcast.
What
Great.
is that? Oh,
We
John.
fixed Drew and Leslie's
all their problems.
technical issues
All done.
on our show just by having him go
I
to
thought
the
all
guest
of your
room.
problems sounded way better.
No,
but
we can't fix all the problems.
Yeah.
You fixed my technical issues, but you fucked my bedroom issues.
I'm sorry, Drew. The doghouse is nowhere where I would like to send any man. And if that ends up happening to you, I will send you a care package. I'll send you some FIFA. We can play FIFA while you're on the couch. You want to play FIFA?
God.
FIFA is great.
I don't
All right,
game
move
at
on.
all. I'm old.
Either.
I'm gonna be.
I'm so glad I clicked on him. It was so funny.
It was. I'm gonna be an old man one day, like 80 years old, and my grandkids are gonna come to me and be like, "Grandpa, you want to play FIFA like 2040?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Your thumbs are gonna be stuck like this.
You know what? It missed me. I was Nintendo, NES, the 16. The whole PlayStation, Xbox, the multiplayer. That I'm too old for that. That scared me. When that was cool, I was a little bit too. I was like,
Stop being
working.
ageist. You're being ageist right now.
you know, Leslie. I'm gonna podcast from here from now on. I'm in a fucking rocking chair holding this thing. I love it. I'm done.
That's good. Sounds good to me. The other thing about the age stuff is I always think about people, well, our age or even a little bit younger, but when we're like 75, like still rocking out to Dr. Dre, it's going to be pretty funny when that's like the oldies.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Like Back That Thing Up's going to come on and grandmas are going to be like, oh, that's my jam. It's going to be hilarious.
I'll have a fucking cane.
Your camera went on.
What?
Oh, wait, we lost them too. Uh-oh, we lost. Oh, they're back. They're back.
Back in the
Guys,
saddle again.
You're back.
We're back. We just.
Oh, why did I click it?
What did you do?
Leslie, say something.
Hello.
Oh, fuck, I clicked it.
He clicked it.
Damn.
Ooh, I like it better on this angle.
No.
Can you leave us this way?
Why?
That's
Because
what
I
she
like
said.
my side.
Well, then I have to put the Google Hangout thing back up. No, I don't. Everybody should know who the fuck we are. We are John and Molly of the Pennymon Doctrine Podcast. If you don't fucking know that by now, then you're listening to the wrong show.
Yeah, I look
All right.
really good this way.
I will say though, John, you did say let's talk about something serious, and we
We did,
tangentially got.
and we digressed.
But you didn't do the intro either.
Of what?
Your
I
show.
don't want to ruin your show.
Oh no, we did. We don't do that intro on the .5 show.
Oh,
We
my,
have a-
And we're getting rid of it on the real show.
I heard that. I listened to the show today, actually, your show. Thanks for the shout out, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. No problem. It was yeah. Well, I will say that the thing that seriously that we were going to talk about was about how Oprah wanted to open her mouth and had some comments to say about the Ferguson, movement leadership.
Yeah.
And I don't have what those are on me right now, so I'm a little unprepared. I apologize for that. But she said something along the lines that she didn't see any leaders in this movement.
Yeah, she's waiting for.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's what she said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's waiting for that.
Correct.
For there to be
But
what we're working on and what people want and what the demands are.
No, the whole goddamn thing was clickbait, right? It was like, oh, my movie Selma.
And you know what? Let me tell you something about Oprah that's kind of been pissing me off lately. Ever since the fucking handbag thing in Sweden, this bitch been acting like she's like, okay, she is the original Queen Bee. Let's just be real about that shit. But ever since then, she's been on the wrong side of a whole bunch of shit. And it's starting to kind of get on my nerves because she sits there and says something like, oh, she doesn't see any leaders. Or she sits there and says something like, racial discrimination happens to whatever. And all this other stuff, ridiculous sideways stuff that she's been saying. Oprah. Boo-boo. You got $1 billion fucking dollars, bitch. And you got a TV show, bitch. And you got a TV network, bitch. And you got all the white people, women in the country love you. Use your fucking power. Stop. Like, we don't have that. If I had $1 billion in the TV network, I would get shot in my head like Malcolm X, or in the chest like Malcolm X, or shot in the head like Martin Luther King, okay? Motherfuckers would not have me on their shit. But you have all the things that you need, but yet you want somebody else to do something for you? I'm so confused.
I actually do have what she said. She said, I think it's wonderful to march and to protest, and it's wonderful to see all across the country people doing it. But it's not enough to march, said Winfrey. What I'm looking for is some kind of leadership to come out of this to say, this is what we want. This is what has to change. And these are the steps that we need to take to make these changes. And this is what we're willing to do to get it. End quote.
So apparently she hasn't heard of the guy from the Dream Defenders. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Philip Agnew is his name. Philip Agnew.
Yes,
Philip. Yeah.
Philip Agnew.
Philip.
Yeah. I'm definitely within the next month or two getting that man on my program.
I'm kidding.
He's awesome.
Sweet.
Because he wait, what?
Nothing. Hey, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say that I think there should be more. There can't just be like one or two leaders because they would kill them off. Everyone needs to be a leader.
Do you not understand that Oprah's just saying what white people want to hear?
I understand that.
Come on, Drew, back me up on this.
Here's the thing. And she could have gone, like you said, she's got $1 billion platform. She's got, all this opportunity, right? She wasn't to kind of take a stab at the lack of leaders. So I'm not saying, she could have that opinion, but she doesn't need to tear the movement down. Like that's the whole help or hush, right? If you're not going to be helping, shut the fuck up. And this whole I don't see any leaders. I think the whole thing was to get people to talk about Selma, which is ridiculous. B, she hasn't done shit for Shinola. C, she's clearly not dialed in. There are more leaders. There are people on the ground. There's the Ferguson, everyone I can think of, DeRay, Netta. If she was on Twitter for even half a minute, right? Half a minute, she'd see all these different people and things that are going on. So I think she's just out of touch, and it's a shame.
Someone to do that for her.
I think giving her the out of touch thing is giving her way too much credit, truth be told. You can be out of touch when you're an average person in the world and you may not come in contact with lots of this stuff. But let's be fucking serious. This is a multimedia mogul. She is supposed to be on the cutting edge of both entertainment, media, and certainly branding. I just refuse to believe that this is not information that she had access to. I don't believe it, and if it is, shame on her. To me, it just is very indicative that she just really does not give a fuck.
You're talking about the same woman, Leslie. You're talking about the same woman that. Listen, she tweeted, "I love my Surface Pro" from Twitter for iPad. That's the same fucking account. What do you expect?
She didn't care about the Surface Pro either. You're proving my point. Not going against it. If she cared about the Surface Pro and was vested, let me tell you something. I bet you, for fuck's sake, if she was getting money for every Surface Pro that sold, she would have made sure it was done from a Surface Pro. She didn't give a shit because all they asked her to do was tweet once, and so she did that. This is what I'm talking about. You allow too much, and I say this not you, Drew, but you people allow way too much leeway to be given to people like Oprah just for the sake of, well, they could do this, they could do that. Man, fuck that. If you have $1 billion, you have your own television network, you have multiple television shows, you haven't said shit about Ferguson since this happened. You've been stuck in the fucking celebrity vacuum since all of this started. And what did you do? You sent that fucking bullshit-ass charlatan, Iyanla, to Ferguson to try and heal things. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. You're, in my opinion, completely backwards on just about everything you have to say. And my whole thing is, I'm glad she has no clue that there's no leadership in Ferguson because we obviously don't fucking need her. That's all I have to say about that.
I think that if she took her happy self to Ferguson and stood up for everyone, she would probably be killed.
Wow.
By white people.
Oh, I was like, damn.
There's definitely a piece of risk that comes along with that, but I also think there's ways for you to make a difference without putting yourself out there. There's nothing wrong with saying like, hey, I'm going to go support the students of Ferguson and help keep up their school. I'm going to donate money and books to the libraries of Ferguson. These are things you can do as an individual that don't make you have to be, I don't know, controversial. And you're not in the what advertiser is going to be like, oh, damn, Oprah, she gave books to a library. No one's going to say that. But to be completely silent and then have this be the bullshit that comes out your mouth when someone asks you about it. And what really pisses me off is you have a movie about the civil rights movement that you're out there promoting, and there's a giant civil rights movement going on right now. You fucking knew that every goddamn interview you're going to be in is going to be asking you the question. And truth be told, the movie wouldn't even be getting as much press as it is now if it wasn't for the movement that's going on now. So for you to go into these interviews without a prepared statement, to me, that was her fucking prepared statement, and it shows, quite frankly, where she stands on the issue, which means she doesn't give two shits about what's going on or who's in charge of it or what she could do to help, because it doesn't have any bearing on her or her life. And if that's the way she wants to play it, well, at least now we know where we stand with her.
Oh, come back.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, we didn't hear your last point.
Yeah, like the last word.
The last couple points. Go ahead, just say that last one more time.
I was just saying that I don't understand how you can be. Drew's laughing because I said that's all I have to say about that.
Right. And then
literally like Forrest Gump. When Forrest Gump's doing the fucking bit and he's talking like and blah 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 blah, and the guy unplugs the microphone, and that's all I have to say about that.
Vietnam War. No, I was just saying that I don't understand how somebody's doing press for a movie about the civil rights movement in a time where we're having a current civil rights movement, doesn't know, or she obviously knows, she's going to be asked a question about what her thoughts are about Ferguson and about the Black Lives Movement every interview that she does. And truth be told, the press wouldn't be so interested in Selma if it wasn't for the Black Lives Matter movement. It's so tied together. It's so obvious from a story perspective why they want to be talking about it, why everybody wants to make sure that people are discussing it. So for her to not, for her to have this be her answer, it just shows that she really doesn't give two shits about what's going on. And from my perspective, it's better that we all are clear on what that is now. So, I mean, obviously nobody was waiting on her to do anything because, shit's been popping off since August 9th on a continuous basis. But it is disappointing to see. And I know that, more than anything, DeRay and Netta and Alexis and Brittany and Charles Wade and Y Chef, all of those guys, they were more hurt than upset. I mean, because it's offensive when you talk to people that have been putting their lives and their livelihood and their bodies in harm's way for 146 days now, to say that there's no leadership. They've been traveling around the country doing nothing but talking about it, and to say there's nobody's looking for specific things. I haven't spoken to an activist in this country over the last 4 months that hasn't had not just some demands, very specific demands, both at the national level and the local one. So it's just disappointing and ignorant and
To add on to your point though, Leslie, what I would definitely like to add on to that is, one, you're correct. Two, when I used to do music, if I'm not mistaken, because I wrote a lot of fucking very real raw things, but if I'm not mistaken, I said in a rhyme one time, somehow the point was made that the only thing that these people, and what I was referring to was the power structure, and we know who the power structure is. Mm-hmm. White people. It's got a little thing in my throat. But the only thing that they respond to is money. And so if someone is able to figure out how to accrue $1 billion of it, that person's opinion is going to matter to them. And the fact that you said something that they really weren't trying to hear Oprah's opinion on this. This has been ongoing since August 9th. I take that's wrong. Well, okay, maybe we didn't give a fuck what Oprah had to say.
Right.
But Fox News gave
sure.
a fuck about what Oprah had to say.
Absolutely.
White people are worried about what Oprah have to say. People who watch CNN all the damn time. People that get a little scared when I knock on their door because that's what I do for my job have been needing to hear from Oprah this whole time because she's the one that is the richest one in this country, and that's the only thing that they respond to. Yep. And then the fact that the only time that she's actually going to say anything is when she is promoting a movie? Oprah, man, what you doing?
I would excuse that. I get that. Let's say you can be a mutually beneficial moment. That's fine. I don't begrudge her wanting to do press for something, for a product she's putting out. But then at least have it be something that's useful. Have it be something that's going to uplift people that are doing this hard work. It only plays into what you're allegedly trying to show in your movie.
You don't think that that's an opportunity that she could have actually did something huge and substantial?
That's my point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, I see what Leslie's trying to say, but what I'm saying is like, look, unfortunately for Oprah, bitch, you are the motherfucking richest one we got, okay? So we need you.
Listen.
Okay? We need you to be right at all times.
Here's the thing.
Do right things for right reasons. Go ahead,
Here's
Drew.
the thing. I think you guys. I think you lost her. I think the $3 billion makes her whiter than.
She's $3 billion now?
She's got many billions, but listen to this, Leslie, and you haven't. No one's hypothesized. I don't need to get all like conspiracy theory, but she's wealthy enough. She's an established part of the system of supremacy right now, so much so that it behooves her. It's in her own self-interest to maintain the status quo. We're all assuming she said this leaderless comment as if she didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
I didn't
What
say
if she
that.
knew? What if she knew exactly what the fuck she was doing? Her audience are middle class.
We heard ass so many times. Sorry, go ahead.
There's no leaders. There's no leaders. It's leaderless. You know what I mean? Like that. She might have said that very deliberately. Very deliberately.
Well, obviously it was deliberate. It's a goddamn interview that was scheduled and planned. It wasn't some off-the-cuff TMZ ambush.
No, I'm saying she intended. I'm saying she deliberately intended to subvert the movement. That was her goal. Her goal was to subvert the movement by insinuating on a large scale that there are no leaders. That was her desire and intent.
It could be, but I also feel like at what point, when do you have enough fucking money, too? Some of these people, I just don't even understand. I mean, how old is she now? 60 or some shit? I mean, how much longer is she going to be around? She's not going to be around long enough to spend $3 billion. That's ridiculous.
Oprah, I know I called you bitch about like 7 times, okay?
But you also said you wanted to fuck her, so I mean that makes up for something, right?
Oh, she's got power. Anyway,
Oprah, Just saying.
Boo-boo, look, I know I called you bitch about 50, 11 times, okay? I get that. All I need is just 1 million. 1 million. You don't need to work no more, boo-boo. I got this for you. Remember Color Purple? I got you. You remember what was the other one with Hot Dog Neck? What's his name?
Michael Duncan.
No, other Hot Dog Neck. Damn, what's the one movie she was in recently? The Butler, not The Butler.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker, yes.
Butler. That piece of crap. Oh God.
Don't even get me started on that. But wasn't she in that movie too?
She was. She was.
Wasn't she in The Help?
She was not.
No, she wasn't. No, but she was in The Butler though.
She was in The Butler.
Okay, so she does these movies where she's like, "Oh, poor pity me. Look where we came from. Oh, Lordy. Bitch, you got $3 million. Help us help you get out of your typecast bullshit that you put yourself in because you're Oprah and you can put Oprah. Like, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I don't know what to say about Oprah at this point anymore because, like, I'm hurt. You know what? And I'm going to mirror the sentiments of the activists that are on the ground. I'm hurt because the only person that white people have been wanting to give a fuck about, voice opinion on this, are the people that to them are successful, and money to them is successful because that's the only thing they care about for the most part. For generally, let's put it that way. So because that's the case, we needed her to at least like sell your movie, boo boo. I get you, okay? Sell your movie, but at the same time, do right by us, please.
But I think from her perspective that there's this idea that if she did say something, like let's say she just said Black Lives Matter, let's just say she just said that potentially white people wouldn't want to see her movie. My thing is, white people don't want to see Selma at all.
Oh no, are you serious?
They don't want to see it. They're not going to be sitting in the theater trying to go see a movie where LBJ is depicted as a racist. They're not doing
LBJ was a racist. Okay, here's something. Yeah, real quick.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying that's not what white people want to see.
Real quick, because I definitely want to move on to the NYPD. But it's funny how quickly, like before the movie, the movie's out in select places.
Select theaters, it goes wide January 9th, so this Friday goes wide.
Gotcha. Isn't it Martin Luther King Day soon?
Martin Luther King Day is Monday the 19th.
Monday the what?
The 19th.
Oh, the 19th. Okay, okay.
From today, or 2 weeks from yesterday, actually.
Got you. So, the thing that kind of irritates me about this, quickly, is that as soon as this movie got, like, traction, and then, like, Oprah started running her mouth saying some dumb shit, and white people were like, yeah! Not you, Drew. But all of a sudden, they, not even all of a sudden, quickly, they go, oh, well, this isn't historically accurate, and blah, 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 blah. And the thing that makes me mad about it is like, yes, it's pretty historically accurate as far as this dude was a racist. What may not be historically accurate is the actual dialogue that happened. But the theme of this motherfucker being from Texas, like, this is 1960s Texas, motherfucker. Like, it's 2015 Texas, and motherfuckers still feel the same way. What do you think was going on 50 years ago? Fuck out of here with that. That was more than 50 years ago. It's like almost 60 years now.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here with that. LBJ was a racist. JFK was a racist. RFK was a little better, but he still had white privilege racism going on. Like, come on.
No, it's true, and I always talk about that. I have this whole diatribe I do about our founding fathers. People go on about our founding fathers, and I say, well, yes, but they're a bunch of racist pedophiles. So there's that.
Please.
Hold on. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh my God.
We're going on about racial issues, and Drew is
I'm getting kisses.
kissing dogs. Now, those are very beautiful dogs, by the way.
Thank you. They're spoiled as hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Say what
No,
you
I was just saying I have this diatribe I do about the founding fathers, and it's the same with all of our historians. It's easy to have things whitewashed. In fact, I'm putting together our next episode of the Ferguson Response Network podcast is on the theme of reclaiming MLK, and we're going to be delving into some specifics of the sanitation of his legacy and his words and what was at the real essence of his message and how we can apply that to the movement. So it's going to be a good one. We're filming Thursday. So we see that Friday.
I saw I was going to speak about that a little bit earlier. I saw your call out to anybody who wants to go on. And as much as I would almost volunteered, I'm going to be honest with you, MLK is not my
his cup of tea
historical civil rights figure. I appreciate what he's done, and I'm glad that you are doing an episode about him, and I definitely can ride with that. But if I came on, I'm just going to be, and this is why I'm not.
You would sound like an asshole.
Yeah, I would be an asshole because I would completely troll, and I'd be like, well, Malcolm ain't do that, though.
So
Malcolm ain't say that, though.
You're doing it.
Malcolm,
you're not even on the
Malcolm,
show.
This
would be
Malcolm ain't do that, though.
It would be not your best interest to happen.
Malcolm ain't do that.
John, stop it.
Well, Malcolm ain't do that.
Oh, my God.
I love it. No, and I completely agree. I think there's plenty of civil rights leaders in our history that are certainly equally worthy of being lifted up. But what I find interesting about MLK, which is what the real crux of the show is going to be about, is why the obsession with him came about, how mainstream media and our education system in particular have used his legacy as a way of shackling any further civil rights movement. So that's really what we're going to be talking about. I actually think you do very much, but yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry, that's my fucking dog.
I thought it
my
was
dog's
you.
trolling. My dog's trolling.
That's okay. I will allow it. I will allow the dog to troll because he's.
So I'm on the same page with you about the whole MLK thing. I mean, obviously, did great things, amazing orator, all of those things. I do think though that it's going to be cool to kind of take a more critical look at both him as a person and as a civil rights leader, and more importantly, how he's been used as a tool to manipulate the masses since his death. So,
when is that show again?
We are recording Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern.
Oh wait, Thursday night at 9?
Mm-hmm.
That's your other team.
You know
night.
What? Can I say, not just because it's live on air? Oh, it's team night though, isn't it?
I just said that.
Well, how are you recording the show?
We're just recording it, no video or anything.
Via Skype or anything?
Yeah, Skype or phone, whatever.
How long is it gonna be?
Usually we try and keep it to like an hour and a half, unless me and Ricky talk too much.
John would come on and take over, though.
No, I wouldn't come on and take over. I just want to let people know that MLK. All right, I can't do it. I was gonna say, I would try to help out, but
I'm not even saying if you to come on. I think you'll enjoy listening to it because it's gonna be a little bit different take on.
I think that's a good idea.
I was trying to say you can come on, of course, but I wasn't making a pitch for you to come on. I was more saying it's not going to be like, oh, let's praise MLK. It's really a more objective look and kind of lessons we can learn, good and bad, for the movement today.
Right. I didn't want to come on to overtake the show like somebody wants to say that I was trying to do.
You always take over everything.
That's not what I was going to do. That's not what I was going to do at all.
He takes over everything.
Anyway.
I see he takes the nicer set of headphones.
Oh, don't even.
And these are mine. These are my headphones.
Can we?
Juice on yours or something? Or
first off, you have no idea how many times because if you go back far enough, you can't. But if you go back far enough. The first 30, almost 40 episodes, it was me by myself. So the headphones were mine because I was the one doing the show. She was in the background doing some stuff like this.
I got some
bullshit. That's some bullshit. And then people would be like, we can't, because I got dynamic mics. I don't have condenser mics like you do. So nobody can hear shit that I'm saying. No, I'm telling the story.
But you're not telling the story.
I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. So, so people were like, oh, we can't hear Molly. What's Molly trying to say? Blah, 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 blah. And then so I was like, all right, cool. We'll have Molly on. So, first episode, I kind of got used to having the headphones on or whatever. But then she was complaining that she couldn't hear. So I was like, here, you can have the headphones. She didn't want them. She didn't
This is
want
not
him.
how it went.
Okay, you tell him how it went.
Actually, what happened was, from the beginning of the shows, I got one of the little splitters, and I would listen in with another set of headphones. So I was nice enough to say, since you're recording, you can use the good headphones, and I'll use the shitty ones, which got shittier and shittier until the cord like split, and I could only hear out of one headphone.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
So I continued to use the broken ones with duct tape on them. And then I had the shitty chair. I was sitting in the lawn chair. So I had the lawn chair with the shitty headphones. And I was really tolerant. And it just came down to, you should have at least given me one or the fucking other and not give me all the shitty stuff. So finally, I got the chair. See, I got the chair. Here.
That's
No,
good.
they can't see.
Oh, you
that.
can't see the chair.
I started this, so I feel obligated to try to end it. In his defense, it's the Pennymon Doctrine, not the Molly Doctrine.
No,
I'm just saying.
you didn't. Just say
He did. And not only that, put your hand on. We're live. We're live on air. We're live on air. You can't be me. You can't be me. No, put that away.
Am I making things worse? Am I making things worse?
You know what you can do,
No,
baby?
you're making things fine. And then I will also add that not only do I have the headphones to hear myself, I am monitoring the show. These are studio monitors because you are monitoring the show. I'm pretty sure that I pay attention to the levels. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that knows
Maybe
how
I
to
would pay
mix
better attention if I have better equipment.
Anyway,
Dun, dun, dun.
speaking of better equipment, we need better police in New York City.
Oh, nice.
And we
Nice
kind of
segue. That was a good segue.
That's pretty good.
That was a really good segue.
Speaking of somebody who died.
Speaking of segues.
Oh, so-and-so just got diagnosed with stage 5 terminal cancer. Let's go to the news. Oh, a giant comet just took out half of Russia. And now in the local news, maybe like the better, like 15,000 people die in tragic incidents. Now the high school football score. The JV team starts QB Jack Smith.
nobody gives a fuck about JV.
I love it every time he comes in and he's got funny face too.
Yeah, because he's Drew. Look
Oh
at Drew
my
do funny
God.
face and say
No,
something
he
so the
just
camera
needs
goes to
to
you.
talk and it's
You
funny.
gotta do funny face and talk at the same time.
Oh my
Dance!
God. He's
Dance,
not-
Mary White guy, dance!
No, don't
Oh,
make
there
that.
he
It did it too late. We already kind of talked about on the last show about the work stoppage and how ridiculous that is and how childish that is.
Yeah.
But before we get back into that, I do want to talk about something that I did want to talk about on the show, but I didn't have time for.
Just say it.
Was the media coverage about the New York subway assault
Oh yeah.
and how before they talked about how this thug beat up this woman.
Hulking brute. I think they
Brute.
referred to him
Brute, yes,
a
it was
hulking brute. A
a
hulking
hulking brute.
who smiled after he did the attack and walked away callously.
As a nerd, I must say that is very disrespectful and rude that you take a very dynamic character such as Dr. Banner, Bruce Banner,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that they're using him as black people is a bad thing, because really at this point there should be an ultimate universe or an alternate universe where Bruce Banner is a black dude that turns into the Hulk. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I like that.
But I don't like this hulking thing. Like, we're not, and did we talk about that? We talked about this on the New Year's show, where white people think that black people are superhuman.
Superheroes.
Yeah, we're superhuman, super stupid, super fast, super strong, and can feel no pain.
Don't forget
So-
super sexual.
Ooh, yes. Ow.
They
Why?
feel pain.
Why did you just pinch the fuck out
I
of me?
was proving that you felt pain.
Making sure. Science. Science.
Ow.
I think
Hold
I'm
on.
being really helpful.
Definitely.
Oh, that shit hurt.
You'll be fine.
Like, it was like Aftershock.
You're a Superman.
Okay, I'm Iron Man, like I'm the Black Tony Stark, like in
Never
rhetoric.
mind, you're not
Rhetoric.
Superman.
Rhetoric. No, I'm not Superman. What the
Oh
fuck?
my God.
That's DC. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but yeah, so they said that he was a brute. He was a hulking brute.
Hulking brute. Yeah.
Right. And then
And a thug.
a thug. I saw a thug too.
Yeah, they said thug also.
And then
Thug is accurate.
Yes, it is very accurate. But the thing about it is,
I have my finger up.
yeah, you got to point it at you got to do it in the camera like this.
Yeah, I won't.
Okay. But then as soon as they find out that he's an NYPD person, all of a sudden it's like, oh, he turns himself in. Oh, yay.
I was looking at this a few days ago, and I was laughing because someone, I don't know who posted it, but it ended up being a Facebook debate, and this lady came in, and her attempt at a point was, there's tens of thousands of New York cops. How are they going to know which one it was from a videotape? And I was like, that's not the point.
Right.
Like you are now defending him. Like you jumped on the defense board. Like
that's how these people are, though. They're like 1 + 3 = fish. They make
like she didn't even get the actual point. Like it was gone.
Is this the same people that were doing the debates from the last time? And you were talking about some debates when it came to like
No, I blocked all of them.
Oh, okay.
They only knew he was a cop when someone turned him in.
Right.
It wasn't like oh, we think it's a cop. It's like, oh shit, he's a cop.
Right.
We got the guy. He's guilty. Oh fuck, he's also a cop.
He's also a cop, by the way.
Oh shit.
Side note.
And it's one of those type of situations where it's like, you know, I know that we're trying to use the cops are good guys tropes thing, or not all cops and all that. Look, and Molly got mad at me, but I'm gonna repeat it live on YouTube and Google Hangouts. Fuck you, good cops. Fuck you. You wanna know why? Because you allow this bullshit to happen. You don't fight your fucking unions. You don't beat the fucking shit out these motherfuckers. So if this is going to be a fraternity, right? This is going to be the fraternal order of the fraternal brotherhood of police. Then I'm going to allow you to fuck up the bad cops that are giving you a fucking bad name. Because other than that, you are going to get fucking shot by people because we don't trust you. And again, another to shout out to to you, Leslie, because you made a very fucking great point. We don't trust you. And because we don't trust you, we don't give a fuck about your problems. We don't give a fuck about what you're going through. We don't give a fuck about your funding. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you don't get no tickets or not.
You know, it's funny. I was at the walking to the train station before work the other day, and this cop got out of his car to throw away like a styrofoam box, and they parked kind of like right in the middle of the turnaround, you know, in front of Tower City.
Yeah.
They parked like in the middle of the lanes. And as he got out of the car, the wave of pedestrian, like, on foot traffic did, like, a big C. And I was, including me, I did the same thing, too, because I was about to cross the street, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go around and then come back in. Because,
fuck the Cleveland cop.
Yeah, Cleveland cop.
We're posting this we're going to post this a little later, but on the episode that we actually do, before we post your show on the podcast at least, I'm going to talk about the police interaction that I had today. And I'm not going to get into it yet because I'm teasing a little bit. Yeah. But for those who are seeing this before we post it, because it's going to be posted on like Saturday or something.
Wait, we're not posting it today?
With the video is getting posted today, but the actual podcast.
I thought we were posting the podcast
Saturday.
Today.
No, that's Saturday.
Oh.
Once a week.
No kidding.
So we might as well do it on Saturday when everybody's home and they're wanting to listen to some Pennymon Doctrine. And if they heard Thursday, then they're going to hear them. Whatever. So anyway, a little police interaction, and I knew I was right, and I knew that I could get away with what I was getting away with, which wasn't anything but working. But I wasn't trying to fight with them. Plus, it was cold. I wanted to go home. But that's here nor there. But yeah, I mean, like we don't. Nobody trusts the fucking cops anymore. Ooh. And so, and part of the reason why is because, you know, you think that you're actually going to get away with assaulting, not even like beating up, like straight up assaulting a fucking someone who's doing their job. I don't even know, and if somebody could give me a little bit of context, because I read it, but I really, like, I just was reading like the differences. What happened?
What happened was he just grabbed the MTA employee and shoved them onto the platform and began choking her and slammed her down to the ground.
And like a bear hug. Like a bear
For what
hug.
reason, though?
Yeah.
For being a fucking psycho.
Yeah, he's just a fucking crazy person. The
He's
thing
probably
is,
drunk.
yeah, and it's true about the cops that it's hard. It's impossible to trust them because, you know, people always say that, there's good cops. I go, well, where the fuck are these good cops? I must have missed them. I don't know where they are.
Hey, Leslie.
What?
Do you remember when Brandon Tate Brown's mom was talking about that very tonight?
Why are you always interrupting me all the time?
I'm interrupting you all the time. All right.
You notice how I came in, though? It was like perfect. You said, I said.
I didn't see that. I only saw me laughing.
Referring to as we were at a town hall event here in Philadelphia tonight, and a gentleman who was murdered by police just about a week and a half ago, Brandon Tate Brown, under suspicious circumstances. His mother was there to speak to the group. It's about 300 of us there. We've been meeting every other week discussing, you know, those things Oprah claims no one's talking about: leadership, organization, and goals and demands that we have for our city. You know, that shit Oprah says we don't have. Well, we've been meeting every other week for about 3 hours, 400 to 600 people every week to discuss that, breaking into small groups and discussing all sorts of things like education and healing and law enforcement and PR and all sorts of things. But anyways, we had one of those tonight. Brandon Tate Brown's mom was there, and she had this analogy. She said, imagine I go to a party with my friend here, and he gets a cocktail and he disappears at some point, and later on I go looking for him and I walk in and he's sexually assaulting a woman in there. I pull him off of the woman and I hightail it out of there and we leave. And the woman, she goes home, she's upset, she's embarrassed, and 2 weeks later she decides, you know what, I can't keep this in anymore. I need to go report this assault. And she goes to the police station and she reports it, but there is no physical evidence because it's 2 weeks after this event occurred. Nobody else saw it, and the only people that know what happened is her, me, and my friend. What does it say about me that I don't say something when she comes forward and says this happened to her? And this is what she's saying about, she was trying to draw an analogy to these good police officers that see what these bad police officers are doing in assaulting people. And she also made a really big point about there has been a lack of delineation between law enforcement and the law. They think they're the law, and that's not what their function is. And there needs to be a return to some common sense ideas, to a delineation between those two things. You enforce laws, you are not the law, which means you don't get to be judge, jury, and executioner for people on the street when you just decide that maybe you're irrationally scared about somebody. You don't get to shoot people in the back when they aren't facing you and don't currently have a weapon in their hand. You don't get to do that. So to me, it's like, you know, I can't trust any police officer because I know push comes to shove. If one of their blue brothers does something to me, that good officer is going to be just like the rest of them and not come to my aid at all. And so it's impossible to trust police officers under those circumstances. It's great when the person that you need protection from is somebody other than a cop. But as soon as that flips, all bets are off, and we're on our own out here. And not just black people. Let me tell you that too, because white people need to understand this, that the blue line goes straight through you. It goes through the fact that of all professions in this country, the one with the highest incidence of domestic violence are police officers and their wives and husbands. So let's just
But Ray Rice, though. But Ray Rice. And the only reason why I give a fuck about the Ray Rice situation, because we for real lost like 80% of our fucking 80%.
I didn't listen to those episodes, so what did
It wasn't even bad. It was just like, look,
well,
he punched her in the face.
Right.
That happened.
True.
They got over it. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your relationship.
Right.
So shut the fuck up. Oh my God, John got an issue with women. He got a problem with women. Like,
John condones domestic violence.
No, I don't. He punched her in the face. That's not good.
John's justifying why it was okay that he hit her.
I don't even understand how many times both of us said we don't condone violence.
Right.
But it happened already in February.
Right.
And the video that you're seeing now was September.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was 7 months ago.
Right.
This shit is over and done with.
And that the main issue that John kept touching on was that he did what he was supposed to do.
Oh, that was the other one.
And that the NFL, because it came out on video, decided to then suspend him indefinitely because it came out on video.
That's relatively true.
I espoused that exact same thing. I said
relatively true, absolutely.
Drew can vouch for that. That was the first thing I said. I said the NFL has put themselves in a position that they have no choice but to reinstate him, and he certainly should not have been indefinitely. They saw the fucking tape, so I don't see
exactly.
no problem.
The first punishment wasn't enough, but
it wasn't enough. But that's what you did, and because that's what you did, that's what he's got to deal with, and he dealt with it. So let the nigga play.
Yeah. That's all.
Too bad we didn't know you then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I would have defended you, but I'm with you, John, in that, like, and I think maybe the spin you could have put on it that might have been a little bit different is that Janelle, is that her name? Janelle Rice?
Janelle.
She's been victimized multiple times. The first time when she got hit, the second time when, in my opinion, the New Jersey police did not do sufficient job. They got, so there's a way for, in New Jersey, if I punch Leslie, she doesn't have to press charges. She can even say, I refuse to press charges, and the police can still charge me with domestic abuse. That's a law in New Jersey. They don't need the victim to put in a statement in order to arrest and convict somebody with domestic abuse. So the New Jersey police, they could have arrested him, and they could have done all those different things. Of, like, I want to say 2,000 or 3,000 incidents in the state of New Jersey, no more than like 11 or 9 got the same pretrial intervention that Ray Rice got. So you're talking about not 1%, you're talking about like 1/10 of 1% of all cases. That's the level of special treatment that Ray Rice got. So Janae got victimized the first time by Ray, got victimized the second time by the state of New Jersey, got victimized again by Roger Goodell in the NFL by being told, I have to come in here with the person who punched me, and I have to sit here and talk to you together. That's like victim counseling 101. Don't have the victim and the abuser in the room together talking. That's crazy. Then she got victimized again by the whole court of public opinion by going over it. I mean, shit, Anderson Cooper played the video on like a loop like 32 times in a 1-hour show. So I hear what you're saying, John. I think the way I would have phrased it is, let's just, can we leave him be? What the fuck?
Right. I mean, that's basically what I was saying. I just said it in a John way.
He said it in his John abrasive.
And I'm about as abrasive as some Velcro. So
Velcro. Ooh.
Yeah.
We're talking about cops. You know what? And you said something domestic violence, Leslie. I'd be really interested to know what would happen if police had a national drug policy that only tested for steroids. Just steroids. How many of them fucking cops are taking roids?
Fuck steroids, cocaine.
Okay, I was gonna say cocaine. Get out of my head, John. Look at you.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's what I was about to say. You're like my big sister, man. We
I know you guys have a wavelength. She needs a mentor you so that you just tone it down a little.
I'm not gonna tone it down. God damn it.
Okay, never mind.
All right, I need to tone it down a little bit.
No, definitely cocaine, especially because when they take it into evidence, they can easily switch it out without.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was quick story because we're running a little bit out of time on live show, but we do have a little bit of time on the records. But anyway, I tried to run for mayor of the city of Lorain, Ohio, which is probably the most ratchet city in Northeast Ohio. And it's ratchet only because it used to be a steel mill town, and then the steel mills are in China, so there's no jobs. And so white, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter, all fucking just ridiculousness, ridiculous amounts of ratchetness.
The Rust Belt.
Kind of, correct. And so I had moved there after the Marine Corps with my family. And I wanted a political career because politics was something that, after being in the Marine... Sorry, I'm kicking things, sorry. After being in the Marine Corps for 4 years and seeing some bullshit that went down with that and just not feeling that shit at all, I wanted to actually really get involved. And so I thought politics was the way to go. And so I was filling out the paperwork to become mayor and everything, or to run for mayor at least. And I'm starting to talk to the people. And when I was talking to the people, they're telling me about how, I don't have credentials and I don't have this and I don't have that. I'm just like, really, like that matters? Like, look what you live in now. You live in sewage and you're going to talk to me about my credentials. Okay. But the main thing about it is during that time period, and I would have been probably the first openly weed smoking mayor in the city of Lorraine, because I smoked a lot. Anyway, I was smoking with a friend of mine, and we were trying to get some munchies real quick. Or actually, I was dropping him off and getting munchies at the same time. And we went to this gas station. And as I pulled into the gas station, there was a bunch of cops in what is it? Body armor, what is it? Bulletproof vests.
Yeah, like air type thing.
Yeah, right. Automatic machine, semi-automatic machine guns or automatic machine guns, and just a whole gamut of big, probably bullet-proof Yukon Denali fucking SUVs. Why are you shaking your head at me like that?
I'm just really getting a good description. Just carry on.
So, not too long after that, on the news, there's word of a huge raid. Now, what they have done is they got drugs from the federal building in Cleveland, drop it in Lorraine. Their guy or whatever, their mule or whatever the fuck, mole or whatever the fuck you call them, their I don't know.
Mule.
No, mole.
Mole.
What's the do with the informant? Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about cops and law enforcement.
That's the mole, I think.
Right.
The
so
CI.
he gets the drugs, disseminates the drugs, they sell the drugs, and then they go bust all the people that were selling the drugs. Pause. You are the motherfuckers that put the drugs there in the first place. If you didn't put the drugs there, there would be no drugs in the city of Lorraine. So not only are you drugging people in the city of Lorraine, but you're arresting the people that are drugging the people that are surviving off the shit that they're drugging people with in the city of Lorraine. But I'm not credentialed. I'm confused. So fuck the cops, because, look, you got a lot to prove to me. You're not authority, like me and Leslie have said astutely very many times. You're not authority. You don't give a fuck about what you think you are. Just make sure that when I call you because someone's breaking into my house, or if I call you because I'm having a domestic dispute, or whatever the reason why you're getting called for, you just do your job. Or if you see some shit and people are in a bad situation and you want to help them out, do your job.
And when they show up to help you, they don't kill you.
Correct.
They have a bad habit of that around our area, at least.
Exactly, and that's why I don't fuck with Cleveland cops.
You know, look at go ahead. Sorry. I was saying in New York, the New York police, when they did they turned their back on de Blasio, and then the week after that, they did this thing called like the blue flu, where they stopped, I guess, street level.
It's ongoing. It's the second week in a row. It's continuing.
Okay. So they last week there was a 93% drop in arrests and like street level crimes, and the world didn't come to an end. Murders didn't skyrocket. Thefts and robberies didn't go through the roof. They just stopped doing. They were trying to show, and really what they're doing is they're bleeding the city dry of money, because those street level crimes equal bonds and warrants and tickets and summonses, all kinds of shit that they make money on. So they stopped doing that because they're trying to bleed de Blasio dry. But what they've really shown is just how stupid those level of arrests are in the first place. How needless that type of activity is. It's like, why don't they fucking do more actual, homicide investigation?
I think that they said they were only going to arrest people when they, quote, absolutely have to, end quote.
Which isn't that what they're supposed to be doing?
Thank you.
When did we get off of that plan? I must have missed that memo.
Right.
Oh, well,
as many people as we can, no matter what happens and no matter what is going on, arrest will occur. Oh,
I'm pretty sure that should happen right before or during Giuliani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck that guy and all the bullshit that he's talking about black people wouldn't have been committing crimes and we wouldn't need white police officers.
He doesn't even say black people. His favorite phrase is
you.
the black. No.
Those-
The blacks. That's what
The
he's.
blacks.
The black.
If the blacks didn't do this, and if the blacks didn't do that, like,
If
dude,
I ever met that piece of shit, I'd be like, the balls.
how about your
Bitch.
klepto daughter stealing, shoplifting? You talk about that.
I mean, she could get it though. I mean, I'm just saying.
Talk
Oh my God, John, you would give it to anybody.
No, I wouldn't.
Ah,
No, I
Oh
wouldn't.
my God.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Anyone that listens to the show
No,
knows
no, I wouldn't.
that he would give it to anyone.
No, I wouldn't.
All right.
But Giuliani's daughter could get it though.
And like 5 billion other people. All right, maybe like 3 billion women.
That's all of them almost. No, that's
No,
a little.
that's a little-
That's about a billion less.
Yeah.
That's a billion that I wouldn't.
So
That's a lot. It's a lot of numbers.
I know.
I just,
I'm
what
narrowing
was
it
the
down.
quote from Love and Hip Hop, Leslie, when CVJ said, "I don't be fucking with a lot of hoes anymore."
Yeah, no more. He said, I don't be fucking with a lot of hoes no more. There was a lot of caveats to that. So he
I don't
can
be
fuck
fucking
with
with
a
a lot of
few
hoes
hoes
no more.
some of the time, but not a lot of them currently.
No more.
Google doesn't stop broadcasting this like when we're past the time, or will it stop
No,
it when
that's
it's past
just
the
a
time?
tentative.
Oh, it's tentative.
It bills
All
your
right,
credit
well-
card, $100 a minute.
Bye.
Well, one of the last things that I wanted to get into because before we end everything
Segue.
and bid our dues and things like that
Mhm.
is your. I'm guessing it's yours, Leslie. Am I wrong? The New Year's Revolution pledge.
Yeah, well, actually, I work with one of the national organizations, which is Ferguson Action. You can find them at fergusonaction.com. And yeah, they put together this New Year's Revolution pledge instead of New Year's resolution, which is pretty cool. It's been catching on, and they'll be launching some more. We'll be launching some more info to go along with that to kind of label this as the year of resistance. And really, it's about kind of strengthening the movement and letting people in the movement and those who haven't caught on just yet that this shit is not going to stop and that we are in this for the long haul. So that's the other part that irked me a bit about Oprah's comments, is that there's been so much work being done, not just to sustain the actions that are going on, but to ensure that this is a sustainable movement, which isn't something that happens overnight or by accident. So what are you doing, Drew?
The camera, the battery.
Oh, your
So I'm
battery
done.
died. He's leaving us.
You're frozen. Actually, look. Let's look at what we see from Drew.
Let's see.
We already. Where did Drew go? Wait. Oh, it's black. Never mind. It's
Oh.
not happening. Hi, Drew. How are you? Wait, hold on. There he goes. Yay! There's Drew.
He says bye,
All right.
which is
Oh,
fine.
bye.
So yeah, so that's what the New Year's
Whoa. I don't have much to say.
about the New Year's revolution. You haven't even taken the pledge yet.
Ooh, burn.
Have you taken it? Prove me wrong. Yeah, you better keep on walking. Exactly. That's what I thought. So yeah.
Oh my God, I thought that was a baby crying. It sounded real weird.
Oh, stop. Drama. So yeah, so that's what the New Year's revolution is about, and kind of getting people engaged for the new year and kind of taking this pledge to keep pressing along within the movement and to do more. The pledge itself is great. A lot of time and care was spent crafting it to make it really work for what we wanted it to. So.
Yeah, for my audience, you can go to, if this is something that you're and want to get involved in, you can go to engage.fergusonaction.com, and the pledge is that I pledge to make 2015 my year of resistance to state violence against Black lives. I challenge myself and those in my community to take risks as we confront the many ways that Black lives are diminished and taken from us. This pledge is in defense of all Black lives. We stand with Black men and women. We act when Black queer and trans lives are threatened. We defend the rights of our Black family when we are poor, disabled, and incarcerated. I will elevate their names. I pledge to practice resilience as I make space for direct action and civil disobedience. I will also act for the healing of our communities and make space for my own healing so I may be a part of this movement for the long haul. This year, I will declare boldly and loudly through my words and actions that hashtag Black Lives Matter. Matter of fact, let me click this shit right now.
Wait, are you taking a pledge?
I'm taking a motherfucking pledge on air, and I'm not trying to do this shit on air. It's just, as I was reading it, I was getting a fire all up in this booty hole.
That's what
I have to do it.
Oh, God, John.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
You gotta do it. It's great.
I gotta do it.
I mean, it is great, but not his fire in his booty hole.
You
Well,
never heard of fire under your ass before?
Yes, I didn't like how you said it.
vote. If that's what it takes to get the signature on there, I'm all for it. Yeah, so we're trying to get to at least 10,000 signatures, and so we've been spreading the word. That'll be a big push leading into, as you mentioned, Martin Luther King Day, which is coming up, and lots of action going on that weekend. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm actually speaking here at the march in Philadelphia. I'm super nervous about it. We're expecting like 10,000 people, and I've never spoken in front of that large of a crowd before.
Whoa, 10,000 people for real?
Yeah, for real.
Leslie, you're a big fucking deal.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm pretty nervous about
No,
it.
you're a big fucking deal.
We can say we know you.
Yes, exactly. Can I say that you're my sister?
Sure. I
Yes.
don't have a brother, so that works.
Yes.
I only have sisters, so that's good.
Oh, well, so now you have a brother now, because real talk, we're like on the same wavelength. You just say things a lot more less abrasive than me.
A lot better, he means.
A lot more less abrasive.
Oh goodness. Yeah. And he said.
And Drew's like my white big brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a white big brother. I have a Mexican brother-in-law.
Wait, what's all this other stuff asking me? Is this the right?
What? What are you saying? Sign up. Wait, sign up or did I pledge? I don't know what I did.
You probably did both. It's probably both on the same page.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Well, is there anything else? Because Drew's gone.
Yeah, anything else from me? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, I do have another show that I launched a while ago, but hopefully I'll be getting back. It's called No Bitch Left Behind. It's with one of my really good friends from high school, and it's kind of a feminist sort of podcast. We talk about issues of feminism. She's white, I'm black, and we hash it out. It's pretty fun. And we expect, hopefully we're going to film sometime this week. She's an actress, so it's hard to nail her down in terms of time.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, just listen to the Jawn, check out the Ferguson National Response Network podcast if you're in the movement and looking to kind of see what's going on there. And that's it, really.
So to get back kind of into the feminist thing right quick,
Mm-hmm.
have you heard our Feminist Fridays? I mean,
I have heard your Feminist Fridays. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a very, let's say, forward thinking all-girls boarding school. In fact, Molly, were you on that chat where we were talking? And
Yeah, I was definitely very jealous of yours because I went to an all-girls private school. It wasn't a boarding school, and
Rich white bitches.
they suck. Yeah, he'd fuck all them too. I mean, don't want to leave them out.
Just like 75%.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of very wealthy individuals at my school, too. Jane Fonda went to my high school, and Kirsten Gilligan took over for Hillary Clinton's senatorial spot, among others. But anyways, but yeah, they tend to matriculate some pretty badass women. So I love your Feminist Fridays. I've enjoyed those segments for sure.
Well, to be honest, that is the first feedback that we've got about Feminist Fridays, so that's why I asked, because we really don't even get very much feedback about.
Oh no, I love it. I definitely enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, I plan to continue that.
We plan to continue that.
We plan to continue that starting this next episode coming up. We got to get in touch with Ripley. But yeah, Ripley is great. I love what she brings on, and it's just like Molly said on one of the earlier episodes of our installed segments of Feminist Fridays. is that it gives me a chance to shut the fuck up.
But it doesn't work.
No, I mean I gotta get my 2 cents because I want to, you know,
no,
get the.
you give your like $100.
Okay, she's clapping.
She agrees.
I need Drew right now.
She's
Drew.
my sister too.
I need Drew. Drew's not here. Shit.
Yeah, panic.
It's called the Pennymon Doctrine Podcast, motherfucker. Too much.
Yeah. Take it down a notch.
I
Or
fucked it.
3.
See, that's why I need my sis because you know you
Gotta
have,
do it.
don't pinch down.
She can't save you.
I'm not there.
Right.
Yeah, but I do. I love the feminist. Yeah, I love that.
She loves it.
Well, you know, and I definitely appreciate that, and I'm glad I kind of asked because again, we don't really get feedback on that, and I'm pretty sure that I'll have Ripley check this out, or when it comes out on. She's very busy, and that's another thing. She's a graduate student, so she's all over the place.
Got a lot going on.
Lot going on. So it's actually a pleasure to have her on when she does have the time, and I definitely appreciate that. And I definitely appreciate you guys coming on because. Ricky kind of set, you know, the Black Round Table up, and to be honest with you, I was a little not like what's it called when you're shocked?
Leery.
Flabbergasted?
Not flabbergasted, but what is it when you starstruck?
How are you
You'd be starstruck though.
How are you starstruck and you had? Not that I'm trying to say that you're not great. How are you starstruck and you hadn't listened to their show?
No, I listened to their show before they came on. Because he set it up, and then I listened to an episode. And then when I listened to an episode, I was like, "Oh, these guys are coming on!" Like real talk. That's what it was. Straight up, Leslie. I'm not even bullshitting.
I will be straight up and tell you that I did not listen to your show.
She didn't. I did.
But I thought you guys were great.
Oh, thanks. Well, we had so much fun that episode. We were talking about it for weeks. We couldn't stop laughing. It was fantastic.
Now, I have to ask before we let this go.
How come Aubrey's not here, though? Because I like that voice.
Yes! Oh, my God. Like fucking hot, nice as butter.
Can I do the Aubrey?
No, you can't do it.
I just want to do the Aubrey.
I heard you try to. How come when you do it, it sounds like Fat Albert? That's not what Aubrey sounds like.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
I like her.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you put like a weird accent on it. He's just like smooth with it. It's like,
yeah.
Don't make me feel bad. Aubrey, I'm trying to represent Aubrey. I know you're going to listen to this shit or watch this shit or something.
This is Aubrey.
This
See?
is Aubrey.
See, he sounds like he's like a white man doing a black man voice.
Yeah, you sound like
Yeah, so you know.
You're from Tropic Thunder.
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it right now. Hold on. So, you know, in
guy who's playing another guy. That's what you sound like.
Over here in the room, I do. But see, the thing about it is, I am the Black Tony Stark, and Robert Downey Jr. played the best Tony Stark possible. So I mean, I'm channeling my inner Robert Downey Jr. Aubrey, motherfucker, we've been trying to schedule some shit for you for a while, and I know you're gonna hear this show, so you need to get on your shit.
Yeah, Aubrey.
That's right.
We miss you, Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey. I can't do it.
Dude, try it again. Try it again, Molly. Try it again. Do it again. Come on.
This is Aubrey.
No, that's worse. Ow! Don't pinch me. That's worse than what I was doing. At least I was halfway close.
Aubrey.
Nope. Molly is not even like 15% close.
I'll try. Here we go. This is Aubrey.
See, she's actually really close.
No, it's just because you think she's cooler than me.
No, it's really my microphone, actually.
Right. She's got a condenser microphone.
It's easier to go deeper. Plus, I actually have a deep voice for a woman. Anyway.
I do too.
You know what's funny? Whenever Molly tries to do her voice, she's like, "Oh, this is my voice," but it's just like, "No, Molly, it's just talk."
This is Molly.
No, that's not what you sound like. You sound like what you sound like when you talk.
What do you mean?
No, just talk.
What do you mean?
That's the deepness for a woman.
When I'm stoned, my voice gets really deep.
I get stoned.
Sounds like personal issues. You got
It
that
does.
wine. Keep drinking your wine.
Yeah, I am, and I'm getting a
Not
little
as
buzzed
good, though,
because I
but-
haven't eaten today.
Thank God it's almost gone.
Oh, and
Too
that's
much
the other
wine,
thing.
it makes little boys no fun.
That's the other thing that I wanted to mention to you. Did you notice that when we did the black round table that I was progressively getting more fucked up?
Smashed.
Because you got more chattier. I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Look at this.
Oh, it was really hilarious when the show ended.
No, because I stayed on after we stopped.
No.
No, after you guys were done.
Something else?
He basically painted the walls red from the living room through the kitchen to the bathroom.
Look, I don't like Merlot.
Now is it blame it on the Molo now?
Yeah, blame it on the alcohol.
Blame
It's
it
an
on the-
inanimate object.
Object.
And it's your fault.
It's your fault.
Don't hold it over the computer.
I
It's not even
I
funny.
learned it by watching you.
Right.
Yeah.
By drinking you.
My God.
It's Merlot's fault. But
We had quite a night.
Leslie, we definitely had a pleasure having you on.
We did have a pleasure.
Pleasure being here. Thank you for having myself, and I'll speak for Drew as well for having him also. And we'll be happy to come back anytime. You guys have to come on our show next.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to say like trying to like add myself on the show. I'm just saying don't be a stranger. And if you ever wanted to give us an invitation, as long as the scheduling is good, we are 100% down.
You can just say we've already packed our bags and we're on our way over. So
Expect the invite forthwith.
Well, yeah.
Boom.
Can I be unemployed so we have nothing but time?
oh my God, no.
Oh.
It's another show.
It's like fucking negative something degrees outside. I'm tired of this shit. I want to play video games and vet people.
I walked to
You
the
don't think that's what you get to do if you do this full time, though.
Oh, he does think that.
That's not how it works, I think.
That I get to do what?
Just
That
play
you get to
video
play
games,
video games all day.
do that all day. You have to like work still.
That's where the money comes from.
I
That
know.
would be work.
I would leave him a list of chores and he would just forget to do them. Or he would wait to do them till I got home.
You're like, I was just about to do that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I swear I was just about to. You missed me. Damn it.
I slept late. That's what happened. That's what
Oh.
happened.
Perfect.
I'd be sleeping late, and then
I'm
when
gonna get to it.
right.
I'm gonna
Oh,
do
so
it.
now you just want to come home and have an attitude because that's what you want to do all day. You just want to come home and see it wasn't done so you could have an attitude.
That's not about right. That's not about right. That's not right. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that every day because I'd come home and just start cooking. Then you know what? I can't do this right now. I'm not gonna relive these horrible days. You're keeping your job.
Well, that way I really don't have to do shit.
Well, I'd rather you at least be doing something.
All right. Well, Leslie MacFayden.
Oh wait, there was one other thing I wanted to mention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the other weird passion I have is nail art. So I do my own nails. So I do have.
mine.
Let me see. Oh, those are-
Wait. We gotta talk. Hold on. I'm talking. So
Yeah.
it stays up.
I'm worried about those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molly, why you gonna show her like some 3-4 week ass nails?
Because this
They're
is
mine
better than
today.
nothing.
Them?
Oh, see, yours are pretty.
Let me see them. Anyway, so I do have a Tumblr I do. It's called illustratednail.tumblr.com, and I put up all my nail art there. It's just a hobby. Honestly, it's kind of what detaches me from all the social justice stuff and kind of clears my head. It's like a little zone I go to where I can control everything. So
What's it called again?
called the illustratednail.tumblr.com.
I'm going to definitely check that out.
Check it out.
I need to do something. These things are gross.
You know what detaches me from all the goings on in the world?
Him talking.
Poker
All the
and
time.
FIFA.
What is FIFA though? What is that?
FIFA is
Soccer.
soccer. The FIFA, I forgot what it's.
Is it like the Madden of soccer?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Or NBA, whatever that thing is, but for soccer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we lived
I
in
mean-
Argentina for a number of years, so we're pretty versed in soccer.
Ah, nice. So my favorite soccer player
is La Pulga, Leo Messi.
No.
No.
You
Who's,
know Messi?
how can he
No.
not be your favorite?
You like
Fucking yeah, Sergio Aguero.
He likes
I'm sorry.
I like Kun.
Coon.
I like Manchester City. Manchester City is my number one team of teams.
Okay.
And Sergio Aguero, even though he gets hurt every fucking like 6 months or 3 months or whatever the fuck he does, is my favorite player because he is the lead striker of Manchester City. And if it wasn't for him and Balotelli, which they got rid of because he's the only nigga on the team really, besides like Torre, but he's that's how funny story, I knew shit about FIFA or soccer until I made friends with this guy who was a Marine when I was out of the Marine Corps selling cell phones. And funny story, even more funny story, he was moving into the apartment complex that was literally directly across from the condo complex that I was living in when I lived in California. So, what's that?
Just by chance?
Yeah, it was a by chance. Like they came through.
Fate.
They walked past my kiosk because I worked for Target Mobile, and if you know anything about Target Mobile, Target sells cell phones. And a couple of years ago, the Target Mobile was owned by Radio Shack, so they had no control. Some stores had no control over the location. I happened to be the 0.001% of the stores that couldn't control their location. So I'm the only store in like the country that had an aisle, like that had a kiosk inside of an aisle that you couldn't see unless I was standing out there like, hey man, you want to get a phone? Right. So not even trying to be weird, and we don't really even talk anymore because some crazy stuff happened. But his wife walked past, and she was kind of bootastical. Let's just put it that way. So I didn't say nothing at first. One of my employees said something, and I was like, man, why you guys say some shit? And she's like, what'd you say? And I was like, nothing. We have cell phones over here. How are you today, miss? And she was like,
he
oh,
will never change.
And you got cell phones? And I was like, yes, we have cell phones. And she was like, oh, let me see. So she kind of forgot that my employee said some bootastical type things, even though she was quite bootastical. And so, she was like, oh, yeah, this is great. My husband needs a new phone. Let me go get him. And I was like, see, motherfucker, I told you. Stop trying to hit on bitches while we're working. And so the husband comes through, and I'm trying to build rapport while we're trying to get everything situated. And he was like, yeah, I live off of this one street. I was like, so do I. And I was like, I live in these apartments over here. And I was like, I think you live across from me. And he was like, oh, man, that's what's up. We should hang out. And I was like, yeah, sure, cool. And then he was telling me about the Marine Corps. And I was like, yeah, I just got out like about a year ago and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I played, PlayStation. I was like, what? Oh, I'm going to come through. So we came through. Everything was cool. He starts playing FIFA one day. I'm like, man, I'm black, right? I don't play no soccer and shit, man. That's some bullshit. Why are you playing soccer right now? But then, like 40 minutes into it, I was like, no, pass it over there. Give it to him. Order. And so they're like, do you want to play? And I was like, yeah, give me them sticks. They fucked me up. And if you know anything about me, I'm not going to get fucked up like that. Like, I don't care if it's like, I don't care if someone like, challenged me to have not show pain during a pregnancy. I would try to find a way to get pregnant so I would show that I could have no pain during a pregnancy. And like I'm that weird. Like I'm pretty competitive. I mean, actually, you know what? No, fuck that. That was a horrible example. I will never fucking get pregnant. Fuck that.
You just
fuck that. So fuck that. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out how to play FIFA. Well, one day when I'm figuring it out, I'm trying to figure out what team I want to be. And I'm watching some soccer shit that he had on one TV because he had multiple TVs in the living room. So on one TV, they're playing soccer stuff. On the other TV, I'm playing FIFA. And I'm trying to figure out what team I want. And then Manchester City ended up winning the league championship that year. So I was like, oh, let me try them. And so he woke up that next day, and I used that team, and I whooped his ass.
And so now that's your team.
That became my team.
Long story short, that's his team.
And that's why I play FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love soccer.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to lose my job and make money playing FIFA online.
Mm-hmm. You can make money playing FIFA online, though?
Yeah.
Really? You bet it? Or
You probably
Yeah, you
have to
bet
be
it.
good.
sounds iffy to me. Just saying, as your big sis, just saying, sounds a little sketchy.
So is what I'm doing right now.
No, what you're doing right now is brand building. I don't think you can do the same thing with gambling.
No, the Pennymon Doctrine is brand building. I'm saying my day job.
Oh, well, that's a whole different story.
Right. That's my point.
I've been trying to explain this to John for months, and now he's just figuring it out. So.
And then when I figure it out, she's like, "Oh my God, wait, no, don't do nothing yet. No, oh my God."
Because your backup plan is not so good.
My backup plan is great.
You
Last
play
time my
FIFA all day.
backup plan was just to play poker, and that didn't work out too well.
No, it didn't.
So now my backup plan is to play poker and play video games.
Oh my God, kill me now.
I need to see
Huh?
detailed breakdown analysis and cost-effective structure and budget for this backup plan before I will give my blessing or not blessing.
I mean,
We're not gonna bless it.
I mean, real talk though, we ain't gotta go through all that.
Well, kind of, you do.
Yeah, so, we've had Leslie MacFayden on, and
Great, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And let's recap things. Let's see. Fuck Oprah.
yeah.
Down with the police.
Yep.
What else do we say? Signed the New Year's Revolution pledge.
Fuck the
Oh,
cops.
I did that.
Fuck the cops. Can't forget the cops. Fuck them.
She already said that.
I said down with the police already. I said
Oh, well, I want to reiterate. Fuck the cops.
that. Going back to that part again.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Please. Please. We're on video now. You can't do this no more.
Keep your day jobs, people, until you have a detailed plan of action with financial budgets in place and full contingency to ensure that your household is stable for the near future. And that's our PSA for tonight.
Well, you know what, Leslie? You're correct. And as my big sister, I will listen to what you say. Because I don't appeal to authority, but I will listen to family. And it's been a pleasure having you on tonight.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Tell Drew we definitely loved having him on. And, whenever you want to do it again or you want to have us on, whatever, just let us know. We will be there.
It will be very soon.
We will.
Talk to you.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah. See you later.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we shall bid you adieu. If you don't know, because you're checking us out on YouTube now, you can find us on the apps, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podomatic, TuneIn Radio. Check us out on our websites, thepennymondoctrine.blogspot.com and podomatic.com/thepennymondoctrine. Check us out on social media. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/thepennymondoctrine. I can see you.
Ew, you're doing that burp thing.
I'm doing that burp thing. I'm getting a little tipsy, so I'm trying to end the show. Did you just hit your face with the mic? Did you just do this?
Yeah, John, stop it. Stop it. John Pennymon.
Check us out on Facebook, social media, and Facebook. Facebook.com/thepennymondoctrine. Stop, seriously. And
follow us on Twitter. I am Molly of TPD.
And I am TPD Podcast. Email us on the email machinery, thepennymondoctrine@gmail.com. Check us out on Netroots Radio. You need to change on the synopsis of the next show.
On the Porch, Black Coast presents
the Pennymon Doctrine Podcast. You can find us on Saturdays, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Saturdays, 6 to 8 a.m.
A.M. Sorry. Oh, fuck. 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Sundays, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On the Porch, the Black Coast presents the Pennymon Doctrine Podcast. You can also check us out live. This is breaking news.
This isn't breaking news. We told them
that it might happen, but we didn't have the tentative days.
Yeah, but we're posting this late.
I know that, but we're going to have the tentative days for the people that are going to watch this because we're going to be posting it while we watch it. Where the fuck is... Oh, okay. We are going to be on Tuesdays and Fridays, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. for 1 hour. So you're not going to get the whole show, and that's why you need to check out the apps or the Pennymon.blogspot.com or Podomatic to get the whole rest of the show. But for 1 hour, we are going to be live from 6 a.m., 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays on Axiom Live. Axiom, why did I say Axiom? Axiom Live. It's axiomamnesia.com, but axiomlive.com. That's our friends that we're going to have soon on the show. Height and Cherie from the Axiom Amnesia podcast. Friends of the show. I've known Height for a long time. We should be doing a show together, but things happen. And so that's where we are also, if you don't already know. And they also have an app. So if you want to download the Axiom Live app, you can get our show and all the other great programming that they show on Axiom Live. And also check out, Axiom Amnesia podcast on Stitcher and all the places where you get your podcasts. You can support the show by donating to our cause on the Pennymon.blogspot.com. There's a donate button there for PayPal. $5, $1, doesn't matter. Just please donate. We need some dough. Or I will play FIFA for money.
Okay.
And you can also support the show by clicking on our Amazon link. Bookmark that link after you click it. Buy your beautiful, wonderful things on Amazon. And we get a little bit of a kickback. Last month, we made $2. In order for us to actually get the money, we need to clear 10. So buy your stuff on Amazon and help us out with that. That'd be really great. And you can also support the show by sharing it with others and reviewing on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, and Blogspot. We actually got some feedback, but we're not going to talk about it till we get more feedback. And we can do a feedback show on YouTube because we are definitely going to be on YouTube now. As you can see, we are going to be using the YouTube platform. Stop rolling your eyes.
Like you're dragging this out because you know that you're way past your mark, so you're just like fucking with it.
We'll see you guys. This is going to be posted on the podcast on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
So, bye.